This is TNT News. From every corner in Ladywood, we're bringing you the latest news.
This is Tonight in Ladywood.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Tonight in Ladywood. I'm on my own tonight because Hannah's on Hagley Road waiting for the Pope.
Hello and welcome to TNT News. Here on Hagley Road, there's 3 hours before the Pope is due to arrive.
And Alex is in northern France.
Coming to you from the new Commonwealth War Grave Cemetery in Famels, northern France.
But first, over to Hannah on Hagley Road.
The Pope is a great supporter of Newman, particularly for the studying that he did. One of Newman's famous poems, Dream of Gerontius, was set to music by Elgar, and it was performed at the Town Hall as well as at the Arts Festival by Ex-Cathedra earlier this week. TNT was there. Here with the flags is where Newman lived between 1852 and 1890. The crowds were just as huge in August 1890 for Cardinal Newman's funeral. While the crowds are waiting, at least they've got something to read. Now here are some of the latest scenes from Cofton Park.
Cardinal John Henry Newman, priest of the Congregation of the Oratory, shall henceforth be invoked as blessed, and that his feast shall be celebrated every year on the 9th of October.
You're watching a TNT News special, and here are some of the latest pictures from our cameras along the Hagley Road. Join me here for more on Hagley Road in a few minutes. Back to the studio.
Now for some blooming good news. Ladywood people have been commended on their efforts trying to make the area more greener and more pleasant for in the Britain in Bloom contest. So we did some digging in Summerfield.
The Summerfield residents have been commended in the Britain in Bloom contest for their efforts in making the area greener. It has been a real community effort, as Chris Bean explains.
Oh, the area it was absolutely derelict, really. About
How long has it
10
been
years
here?
ago. Well, it was here since the 70s. When the whole area was redesigned in the 70s.
Yeah.
Then it was a really nice garden area. But by '99, when we came, it was really, really scruffy. So we had this regeneration, which then redesigned. Yeah. The schools helped redesign it. Yeah.
It's lovely. I didn't know it existed.
Yes.
A little sycamore, and those two still have.
Oh, yeah.
Those have been taken down because they're too big. Those seeds.
The residents look after this area at Willow Gardens, and it is something they are very proud of.
Well, we come out every day more or less, you know. If there's any bits and you pick all the bits up and tidy. I didn't think I'd be doing gardening at my age.
Judges visited the local estate to assess how well they had done. Residents are most keen to show off their allotments built on an old garage site, where they can grow flowers and vegetables. They hope that more people will participate and grow healthy crops which will encourage healthier living. The good thing about these gardens is that you don't have to water them much. Hannah Rowley, TNT News, Coplow Street.
Now staying on an eco theme, the Jewellery Quarter has been holding a farmers market, which is now on its 2nd year running. Organiser Brian says the market is all about growing the community of the Jewellery Quarter. It is a place for people who live in the area to meet up.
Well, we've got a lovely fruit and veg stall here today. Hi Carol. This is Carol, Tom, this is the team from Ladywood TNT News.
Oh yeah. It's called Love, Local Organic Vegetables, and aim to provide local organic vegetables within a 40-mile radius to the local public.
Kiss Me Cupcakes sell cakes and also teach people how to make them. This Italian food store specialises in sausages. Creating Taste from Hockley.
We started a business 3 years ago to make and prepare frozen kind of ready meals and lots of different kind of nice food, but all handmade.
They also make their own cakes.
So that's a salmon en croûte, that's a goat's cheese en croûte.
Hi, we're Crystal Restaurant and we're situated on 16 Frederick Street. We sell Caribbean and Indian cuisine, and today we've come to the market to obviously show people what we do here. We're going to be jerking some chicken on the jerk pan, and also we'll be doing some curry mutton and some rice, so there's different flavours, different spices to choose from.
This great vehicle belongs to Go Coffee to Go Company.
Set up as a social enterprise, and our main aim was to sell high quality coffees and then to reinvest some of the profits that we made back into the community, focused on a number of principles kind of based on recycling, environmentally friendly practices, and working with different youth groups to kind of help give people work experience and to get them kind of into the business kind of life.
We hope you've noticed the wide range of produce that is available. The market is open from 10 AM till 3 PM on the third Saturday of every month. Cameron Morris, TNT News in Jewellery Quarter.
Now over to Alex in France.
Today, the last of 250 bodies will be buried at this cemetery in the presence of the Prince of Wales. The men, Australian and British, were killed in battle 94 years ago today. German soldiers created mass graves for the bodies. They lay there until this historian, who researched the history of the battle, discovered them and persuaded the authorities that the bodies were there to be discovered and should be given a dignified burial.
We think 2 Ladywood men may be some of those who are not yet identified, but soon they may have their own headstone.
As Prince Charles gives his speech, let's give ourselves a reminder of what the battle was about. Around 5,500 Australians and 1,500 British were reported killed, wounded or missing in the battles near Fromelles. One day, on the 19th of July 1916, 1,780 Aussies and 503 British troops died. Many local men from the Royal Warwickshire Regiment were killed near the Rue de Trivoli. This road across here is roughly where the British front line was. Let's go and have a look. The German front line roughly down there, with Fromelles just behind them trees over there. The official records for the Royal Warwickshire Regiment report most officers were killed alongside 9 other men, 68 were listed as missing and 154 wounded after a large number of machine guns opened heavy fire on them, mowing down the advancing lines. At nearby Auburn's Ridge Cemetery, we saw the graves of a number of Ladywood men. This is the grave of Private Newby of Bromsgrove Street, and next to him is the grave of Private Peters of Washington Street, and they're both buried side by side.
Sergeant Hillman lived in St Mark's Street in Ladywood, same street as my mum and my nan.
Alex will be reporting on this for our special history show programme, which will be shown at Birmingham University in November.
You're watching TNT News, local news for local people.
90 children from St John's Bafford, Oratory and St George's went to a conference all about crime and safety. It was organised by Ladywood board. We met the police, housing people and the resilience team. The resilience team was best and they told us what to do if there was a crisis, like a fire, floods or a crash. We saw some TNT films
when he was attacked by a boat.
Problem is, how do we know what a bogus caller looks like?
Well, they're not likely to turn up at the door wearing wiggle glasses. They're much more devious than that.
Hi love, Gasford, can I read your meter? Hello, I'm in the area doing a survey. May I come in? Hello, I'm the new priest. Any time for a chat?
We also wanted to give some sound advice.
Put the chain on before opening the door. Have a spy hole fitted so you can see them before they can see you. Always check someone's ID to make sure they are who they say they are.
And if you're still suspicious, call the police.
We looked at how our area has changed from having lots of subways to having crossings over the road to make things safer. Tomasz Kutvel, TNT News.
Now, before we go on, we have some breaking news. TNT understands that a developer has drawn up new plans for a pool in Ladywood. I know we've heard it all before, but this is supposed to have more than just a pool. And it's right by the Arts and Leisure Centre, where we are. Kenny's there for TNT.
Thank you, Cameron. This is Bidland Web, as many people know. This is a site where it could be built along Ignal Square. All you need now is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Came Romeo, TNT News, Ignal Square.
Now over to Hannah.
And now as the Pope comes down through Hagley Road, here is the scene from our camera at the Ivy Bush.
The Pope is now going into the oratory for a private visit. This is part of the oratory is a memorial church to Cardinal Newman. It opened in 1909. Now the Pope is heading to the crowd where the oratory children will have been waiting for hours to see him.
God bless our home. God bless our home.
That's it from this edition of Tonight in Ladywood. I'm Cameron Morris. Thanks for watching and good night.